Have you ever felt like sometimes you just want your own space? You want someplace to go, someplace maybe kind of cozy. When I was little, I had a couple different places where I liked to build my own little place to hang out. I would put pillows in a closet and take a flashlight and read a book in there. Or we would use couch cushions and make these little forts. And so that's what we're going to do today. Is that I want to challenge you to create your own little space, a tent, a fort, some place for you to hang out and have a little bit of fun and relax. Something that you created that's a little different than your everyday hangout place. I'll show you some pictures. Here's a fort made out of sticks. You could find a log or a rock or even the house and get some long sticks and lean them up against it to make a little fort. Here's one using a trampoline. We don't have a trampoline, but you could drape something over the top of the trampoline, like some sheets, or maybe even hang sheets or towels from the sides and use under the trampoline as your fort. You would just need to make sure that nobody got on top while you're under the fort, because we don't want you to get hurt. This one, they have some special poles that kind of lock together, and it looks like they used paper or an old sheet or something and wrapped it around, and then they were able to create windows and stuff. My kids had these kinds of poles when they were little, but we don't have that anymore. This is one of the most common ones that I've used, using some chairs and some sheets and just tying the sheets to the chairs to make a little space underneath. This one actually just uses the sides of the couch, kind of where they come together, and then using some pillows with a blanket over it to make a cozy little spot. This one, I want to see what the inside looks like, but it looks like they took all their couch cushions and pillows and stacked them up to make a nice little space. Boxes can also be used for forts. You can use one box and just kind of climb inside. We got a box from the next door neighbor when they got a new air conditioner, and we used that for several days as a little fort and a little place to hide out. If you're super creative and have a bunch of boxes, you could make a whole village and maybe even have tunnels underneath to go in between. Okay, so for my fort, I'm thinking, because I'm going to try to use the couch. We've kind of done them with the couch a little bit before. So couch has a little bit longer piece over here. So I'm thinking maybe using some chairs. Those stools I have in the kitchen are really long. And then maybe kind of attaching the sheet maybe to the corner here. Like that maybe. Might have to move, maybe use the other stool somewhere over here, or maybe I can put something down here to kind of hold that corner down. Tie. Maybe tie this one to the corner of the couch. I don't know, that's kind of my thought. So I'm planning on using some chairs and a blanket over, or a sheet. So we've got sheet, we have chairs, some kind of rope or something like that, and the couch. If I had boxes, I would make a box for it. There are these guys on YouTube that make these giant forts. Like one time they made one that was super, super tall, and it had all of these layers inside of it. And they and all of their friends spent the night inside. It was so cool. So I've chosen to use our living room for our fort, and I'll probably move our table out of the way and somehow create our tent over this area. Okay, so here's the supplies I've gathered. I got a couple sheets. We only had flannel flat sheets and a bunch of paracord. You could use probably any rope if you're gonna try. You don't even have to use a rope. And then I have 3 stools, which I might use as the top, but I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to make this space into our beds. So since the stools on the floor didn't look like they would be tall enough, I kind of wedged the stools right behind the edge of the couch, and they seem to be pretty sturdy. And so I'm going to try to use those as the top, kind of the roof. So the main tent is done, yay! So I tied it to this stool over here, and this chair over here, and look underneath. I used those stools. I just kind of tucked them in behind the couch, and then I tied to those. So I added this one because we realized that the inside would not be enough and my son wanted to be covered. Finished, yay! Here's the inside. Nice and spacious. Looks nice and cozy. A little worried about this. This stool is kind of pulling a little bit, so I need to try to come up with some kind of solution for that. I'm hoping this will do it. It's like a stand that I use to hold the iPad. You guys may remember it from my classroom, but it's pretty heavy, so I'm hoping it will hold that stool down. Good night. I hope you had fun watching how we created our fort. I can't wait to see your creations. You don't have to sleep in it. It was just something fun we wanted to do. There was a virtual camping challenge, and we don't really have a place to camp outside, so we thought we would create our own camping inside. But your little hiding place can be small or it can be big. Have fun and tweet me some pictures or videos showing me your little space.